Well, hey there, guys. Hope you guys are doing okay on this Saturday night. Now, I wanted to look at something because this is definitely going to be a topic for next season, and I know this is probably still a way too early look to figure out whether or not this can happen or not, because it is something that has not happened in a very, very long time. Let's see, the last time that it happened, I was 6 years old. I was 5. Or no, 4. I was 4 going on 5. The last time this happened. And what I'm talking about is the last time a team officially became a dynasty by winning 3 Stanley Cups in a row. The last time it happened, it was the New York Islanders. It was their third of 4. The Islanders in 1980, 81, 82, and 83 won the Stanley Cup. They were a dominant team in the early 80s. Dominant. I mean, just nobody could touch them. And even in 83, the young upstart Edmonton Oilers, who got just destroyed by them, they saw what they looked like as they're going through their celebration, the ice packs, everything. They knew if we see them again, we can beat them. And that's exactly what happened the next year. Is the Islanders dynasty was over and the Oilers dynasty started. But the Oilers dynasty never resulted in 3 straight Stanley Cups. They won the Stanley Cup in 1984. They won it in 1985. They then lost to Calgary in 1986. They then won the Stanley Cup again in 1987 and in 1988. And then they lost again. They lost in 1989. And then they won it again in 1990. I don't have that up here because it wasn't back-to-back. But these are the two. I mean, they won back-to-back twice. In the mid-80s, the mid to late 80s, did the Oilers. 84, 85, 87, 88, but never 3 straight. We then go to the Pittsburgh Penguins, the early 90s Penguins, the 1991 and 1992 Penguins. They win back-to-back Stanley Cups. 1991, of course, I was not a fan of Mario Lemieux that year because the Penguins defeated the Minnesota North Stars, and yeah. So, yeah, Mario Lemieux was not... I was not a very big fan of Mario in 1991. Of course, as I got older, I loved him as the player, and just, yeah. 1991, I did not like him that much. I did not like him that well because, well, he kind of made the Minnesota North Stars, he made the Minnesota North Stars, he just beat them down. But yeah, the Penguins, they win the Stanley Cup in 91 and 92. 1993, they have the best record in the league. They look like they're just going to run through everybody. They were the clear-cut favorite to win. And then in the second round, they lost in 7 to the New York Islanders. So that took away that chance at a dynasty. But it wasn't their only chance at a dynasty because they did it again in 2016 and 2017. They won back-to-back again. They did not win 3 in a row, so they could not be classified as a dynasty, and they obviously have not won since. But then we go, of course, to the late 90s here. We go to the Detroit Red Wings. They win back-to-back Stanley Cups. 4-game sweeps in both those finals over the Philadelphia Flyers in 1997 and the Washington Capitals in 1998. That Red Wings team looked phenomenal. 1996 was when they set the record for wins in the NHL. They won 62 games in 1995-96. They lost in the conference final to the eventual champion Colorado Avalanche. They then did not win another Stanley Cup until 2002. You can't classify that as a dynasty because it's too far apart. I mean, you're talking, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. Yeah, it's not quite there. It's not quite there. That's outside the realm of a dynasty, because to be considered a dynasty, you have to either win 3 in a row or 3 in 4 years. Detroit did not do that. So you can't classify that as a dynasty. Now, of course, I do not have Chicago up here because Chicago didn't ever win, because some people would say, wouldn't you consider Chicago a dynasty? No. Chicago, again, they won 3 in 6 years. They didn't ever win a back-to-back, though. They won in 2010, 2013, and 2015. There was no back-to-backs there. So they never had a chance to be a 3 straight, to win 3 in a row. And this is what this is about, is teams that had won back-to-back and had a chance to win 3 in a row, but didn't quite do it. Then, of course, we go to 2020. You have the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is the COVID era, but you can't take away the fact they still have their names on the Stanley Cup for 2020 and 2021. They won back-to-back. They had a chance to win 3 in a row in 2022. They lost to the Colorado Avalanche. So, there was Tampa, a chance to become a dynasty. Didn't quite get there. Now, we have the Florida Panthers. They go to the Stanley Cup final in 2023. They lose. They go back to the final in 2024. They win. This past year, 2025, they win it again. They've gone back to back. 2026. Can they do it? Can they? And like I said, I understand this is way, way too early in the off season still. There's still a lot of time left before the season even gets underway. But with the moves that Florida has made, basically re-sign. They have everybody. Everybody is basically locked up till at least, 2030? You've got Sasha Barkov, you got Sam Bennett, you've got Aaron Ekblad, you've got Brad Marchand, Sam Reinhart, Eetu Luostarinen. The core of this team, Bill Zito has locked up for years to come. And with that core right now, and Sergei Bobrovsky, now Bob, I believe, has 1 more year left at $10 million. He's obviously not going to be a $10 million goaltender after this contract is up. But I think he'll stick around. He'll be like, I've made good money. Why? He's won 2 Stanley Cups there. He's been a big part of that organization. I got why would he not want to finish his career there? Take less money. Again, and that's another thing. People complain so much about, well, it's the tax thing. They're taking way less money because it's the tax advantage. No, you morons. I can't count how many times I have to say this. Florida has always been a no state income tax state forever. Florida was bad for over 25 years. Nobody complained. People want to go and will take money to go to a team because it is a winning team. Why would you not? Why would you not? Because, people were talking that about Tampa. Tampa's taking advantage, no state income tax. All these guys, they're taking less money because they were a winning franchise. And they're still a decent franchise. They're still a destination, is Tampa. Florida is a destination. Why? They've been to the finals 3 years in a row, and they've won back-to-back. Can the Panthers become that dynasty? Can they do something that has not been done since 1982, since I was 5 years old, and win 3 straight. I don't know. I don't know if they can, but would you really bet against them with that core that they have, and with Bob and net? How do you go against them? How can you bet against them? I certainly am not, and I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool, especially in the salary cap era that we're in right now, to see a team. It is so hard. And Gary Bettman said it. He said it's hard enough to win the Stanley Cup once. It's damn near impossible to win it back to back, especially in the salary cap era. You want to talk about impossible? Try winning 3 straight. That's what the Florida Panthers are going to be trying to do next year. They're going to try to win 3 in a row, something that has not been done since the 1982 New York Islanders. Can they do it? And of course, they've also proven it doesn't matter where they finish in the standings. They don't care about winning the division. They're like, win the division? We don't care. We'll go on there. We'll start every series on the road. We don't care. We'll just run through you that way, because it's what they did. Florida didn't have home ice advantage at all during this run. They didn't have home ice advantage in 2023 either. They went to the final. So yeah, Florida. It doesn't matter to the Florida Panthers where they finish. They just get to the playoffs and it's like a light switch. They just boom, they turn it on and off they go, and they're just like, "Come beat us." They basically dare you. Come beat them. Come beat us. See if you can do it. So yeah, the Panthers have a chance to do something in 2026 that has not been done forever. And yeah, I don't know if they'll do it, but right now, especially where we are right now in the off season, can you really bet against them? I don't know. It's interesting because I wanted to look at some of these back-to-back teams, and they all came pretty close. Now, mind you, the Islanders in '84, that was their 5th straight trip. They could have done something that had only been done one time before, and that was win 5 in a row. Didn't happen. But we look at the Oilers. They took, but no, these runs even that the Oilers went on, they didn't have a chance to win 3 in a row. They didn't get back to the final in either one of those runs. Neither did the Penguins. The Red Wings didn't either. The Lightning did. The Lightning had that chance, and they lost in 6 to Colorado. Florida has been to the finals 3 straight years. They lost that first one to Vegas. Can they do it a 4th year in a row? I don't know. But right now, are you going to bet against them? I'm not. It won't shock me. This Florida Panther team, with the fact that they kept their entire crew together, they're going to be dangerous. And is there really anybody in the Eastern Conference that can really stand up to them come the playoffs? I don't know. We'll have to find out in approximately about a year's time, but we'll see. But what do you guys think? Even though this is very, very early on, what do you guys think? Can anybody in the Eastern Conference stop the Florida Panthers from going back to the finals again next year? I know this is super early, but can they become a dynasty next season? I'm not betting against them. I think it would be kind of cool to see a team win 3 in a row again, because it hasn't happened in so long. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Hit that like button. Only takes a second. Definitely helps out the channel. Also, please subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. It'd be greatly appreciated. Also, let your friends know about the channel. Let them know that the door to Larry's House of Hockey is always open for everybody. And also share this video with your friends, with family, with everybody that you know across the internet. And if there's any video from the channel that you want to share, go right ahead and do that. because, you know, I love having my videos be able to get out there to the masses. And also hit that little notification bell that will notify you anytime future videos are uploaded. And yeah, the Florida Panthers, can they do it? Can they win 3 in a row? Can they etch their name in the dynasty category and do something that has not been done since the 1982 New York Islanders? Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I will see you guys later.